Good morning, my friends, my garden friends. I wanted to tell you that I'm actually trying to build a food forest, and I'm doing that in a residential neighborhood and in a small plot. It's only 50 by 120, 125. And so this is my backyard, and you guys have seen this backyard. I've taken you on a tour, but I just wanted to point out a few things to you. Starting over here on this side, I have a plumeria tree. Now, plumeria, the blooms are edible. You can make tea out of them, or you can actually eat them. You can use it in a salad. You can also eat the leaves. So there's a start for you. You could probably have them like in a salad or wilt them, and do it in a stir fry. And then I have my little square foot gardens that I built the little teepees out of crepe myrtle branches. And I have, that is Japanese red giant mustard growing in front. There's some marigolds behind it. Their blooms are also edible. And then I have a variety of things in each one of those little those are just brown bags that I put good potting soil in it. I'm sorry, good garden soil, so that each one has its own little spot that it can come up. And then I have growing up the side, I have beans, so that the beans will grow up here and provide a shade for the tender crops when it gets really hot, because this is the west end of our house, so it gets that really hot afternoon sun. I also planted some buckwheat here on the side, and that again will just provide some nitrogen to the soil. And then the first one that I did was this little square foot garden, and I have lettuces on spinach and basil and more. You can see the beans starting to grow up the side here. So that again will provide shade, and then I can replace this as it runs out, because we eat off those square feet, those little gardens. I harvest the spinach and lettuce almost every night. Here I have another plumeria, and we make plumeria tea, and it's very lovely. In here I have 3 sweet potato, just the slips, and those are growing up, and sweet potato leaves are also edible. And let's see, what else do we have over here? Marigolds in the back. I planted carrots that are coming up beautifully, and I harvest just what I need. If I only need a couple, then that's what I harvest. If I need more, then I take more. I've got 7 tomato plants that I planted, and then I planted some basil in between it, so that it kind of pulls, if there's any tomato hornworms, they will be, the fragrance of the tomato plant will be disguised by the fragrance of the basil plant, which comes out heavier. I have teepees down the side with not only sweet peas, edible, but also spring peas. Those are, actually, I think those are a snap pea. And then back here, in between these are tea plants and Dusty Miller. But I also have bush beans growing and parsnips in between. And then my little compost pile here that is really working its way down. I mean, it's ready to harvest, but what I've been doing is harvesting it, like just a few scoops full at a time as I'm planting something. But what I wanted to show you was my new addition to my food forest, and that is this little sweet Hawaiian papaya. And I have a friend who gave it to me. She bought seeds that were sent from Hawaii, and she had planted them. And hers, this was a few years ago, and she said, now this is only about 15 inches high, but she said it'll grow this is right about 4 feet, and she said that's where hers started to bloom and then fruit. And she said, oh, she got pounds and pounds and pounds off the one papaya. And then she said that papaya, the mother, will kind of die back, and another one will come up, and like a little baby off the side will replace it. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. But I just wanted to show that to you and give you some confidence in saying that if you're ever interested in having your own food forest in your own backyard, you can. I mean, I plan to probably put in some more crops here. This is more marigolds, and the blooms are edible. I've said that to you before. You can chop them up and serve them in salad. They're high in vitamin C. They're really good for you. And so this is kind of my next project, is to see what vegetables I can grow right along here. And wouldn't this be just lovely to get some production off the back fence and still look pretty? And I think that's the important part. So garden what you've got, and thanks for visiting. I hope you guys will hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you real soon. Bye bye.